David, what do you think? Our first half probably wasn't the best, but then you guys scored early. And,
we done better in the second half. I thought they done well. I thought they showed great energy. I thought they terrific amount of energy Brisbane showed and ran about and closed us down. And we had quite a lot of counter-attack moments with the ball, and I thought we were sort of wasteful in the first half. We done fine.
Was that first half possibly to be expected on like the end of a long trip?
Yeah,
and
possibly.
So close.
Yeah, I think so. I think sometimes that can creep into the player's mindset as well. But I think that their style, they were very expansive in their play. They worked hard, and we had to cope with that as well.
Still nice to go through undefeated.
Yeah, it's nice to win games, but I'll swap them all now for 3 wins in the Premier League if you get the choice now. I'll give you them all back, and I'll go away with my head down. But so our preparation is for the Premier League. But I've got to say we've enjoyed a really good trip over here. But I'll judge it by how we do in the Premier League. It always is, So it won't be focusing on you with a great tour. Yeah, we have a really good time. We've been well looked after, well received. But I'll probably judge it later on in August when the season starts.
So the jury's still out on how valuable your time's been spent?
I think when you become a manager, if things go well, you sometimes stick with it. I've been going to America for a lot of time. Just the last couple of years, we've just not started the season well, albeit I think that's more to do with injuries and late recruitment rather than anything else.
Take that another step further. If you do start off well in the Premier League, do you then revisit?
I used to be back here next year, yeah, holidays and everything.
Visa.
No, yeah. No, that doesn't necessarily go with that, but I think you always get, if you do that, you come back. But we've certainly got away with a positive feeling about Australia, definitely. The way that people looked after us, the Everton supporters out here don't want to wait another 20 years till Everton come back again. And I do hope that the people who brought us out have thought that Everton have been good value for the games and they've enjoyed hardness.
Would you recommend other Premier Leagues?
I would. I think Blackburn are out in Sydney next week, aren't they? And I think in the future you will. I think there'll be a lot more teams in the future travelling to further afield.
So because the quality of the opposition's okay?
I think because of quality of it, but I think there's a demand now to see the Premier League teams. I mean, countries like India, for example, were the next countries where everybody in Singapore and Thailand know all the Premier League players. And I think actually now with Timmy Cahill being at our place, that plays a big part as well.
So are you continually surprised about the reach the Premier League has across the globe? I mean, everyone.
I've got to say, if you come to Australia in comparison to the other parts, I was in South Africa. Everybody knew all the Premier League players in South Africa. We've been in Thailand. You can hardly walk down the street in Thailand. Everybody knows you. Slightly different in Australia, a good little bit behind, but
it's an Ashes year, though.
That's it. Well, I'm Scottish, so
that's right.
So I think overall, I think it's good for Australia as well, because I think Australia, and I've been sort of canvassing it a little bit. I think Australia may push towards the World Cup, and I think it'll be good for them to get the traction of some of the big clubs coming over in the years and months to come.
You were disappointed with the services in the previous 2 matches. How did you find it?
Tonight's was really good. Tonight's was good in comparison to what we've had, and thanks to the groundsmen and the staff for getting it in good condition.
Is Jack Rodwell sort of pressing his claim for more advanced role, perhaps in the field?
More advanced or
attacking, perhaps?
Well, I think he was that anyway last year. I think he did play. In the end, we used him as a more attacking player and getting forward and scoring goals. And I mean, he scored 2 goals in this trip already. He's certainly capable of it, and that's at the moment I do see Jack showing a bigger strength in that department at the moment than say any of the other ones.
Special finish, wasn't it?
It was a great goal. It was a great goal. He's got that ability, and we know that he's technically very gifted.
David, what are your targets for the season?
I don't know yet. I would like to finish first, but that's probably unrealistic. But I couldn't turn around in front of Phil and say I want to finish 4th or 5th, because I couldn't do that to my team. I have to say that I'm going to finish first. And, but again, that's probably might be unrealistic, but I have to believe it can happen, and I have to set my team out with that. If we don't finish first and we fall a bit below it, then we might be happy with that. Who knows?
So for your you want to finish first? Who are your biggest rivals at first?
Probably about 12 other teams I can think about it because but I think in the Premier League now there's been a big four. I think it'll go to a big 8 this year because I think ourselves, Aston Villa, Man City, Tottenham Hotspur would not have been considered in that big four. Tottenham are in it this year, so I think that there's going to be a lot of competition. I think that group of teams, and that's not to mention some of the other sides who are improving as well. But I think that group of teams will make the Premier League interesting.
Phil, how does it stand to the A-League compared to the Major League side?
It's on par, definitely. The stadiums are better. I think for Australian A-League now, I think what they need to do is keep the best Australian players over here. And we've got 7 or 8 in the English Premier League now, and I think if you put them in the A-League, I think it would raise the standard a lot. You saw tonight, they give us a tough test, particularly in the first half, and you saw the best of what Australian football is all about: fitness, endeavour, and maybe add the quality of the English Premier League Australian-based players, and you've got a very good league.
So how did the Roar compare to Sydney and Melbourne?
It felt like the toughest game that we've had so far. The system that they played made it very difficult in the first half, but I think our quality shown in the end. But it was played in a real football stadium on a nice football pitch, and I think out of the 3 games, it's probably been the best spectacle for the supporters to watch.
But how do you take advantage of your preparation, like a long trip home? How do you try and sort of keep some momentum going?
Well, I think we've been out here for 18 days, so we've really set up base camp over here, and we've managed to train well. We've managed to play 3 quality games, and we've got to take that home now. And the Premier League season's creeping up on us. It's less than a month now, so we've got to hit the ground running when we get home. Because of the travel, we've probably not trained as hard as what we've normally would have done. So when we get home, we know that we've got to up it a notch.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks,